Okay guys, we're back for the series where I want to try to take care of this whole king size edition #1 without doing a full conservation project. And the reason why I'm doing it is because sometimes I just want to repair a book without having a conserved label. And it's unfortunate that CGC allows tape and will give a universal label, but in relation to Tengojo paper and mulberry paper and other repairs, if you do it, they'll deem it as a conserved grade. So this is a little experiment. Whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know. But the first thing that I have to do, there's still adhesive. That's why tape sucks. And anyone who uses tape shouldn't, because look, I'm lifting the cover up. I did remove the tape many months ago, probably a year ago, but the adhesive is still there. So what I want to do now is I want to quickly just get rid of the adhesive. Now there's guys who, and I've done it before, using heat and whatnot. But in my opinion, what works the best is simply Bestine solvent or other solvents, because you're not gonna get the adhesive off if you don't use a solvent. So what I'll do is I just have a normal painter's tray here, and I'm just gonna let it absorb into the actual adhesive area, and we're going to scrape it off. But let's just let that soak for a little bit and we'll take it from there. Okay guys, so stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay guys, it's been soaking, not for long, but what I do is I'll take the Bestine and I'll continuously use my eyedropper, and we will put it over the seam where the tape was. And then we slowly remove the tape with a plastic tool. I gently scrape it off, and I'll use a paper towel, wiping my plastic tool as we go along, because you'll see there's a little adhesive on the tool when you scrape it like that. And then we again will put some more of the Bestine on the adhesive just to loosen it up. Who knows how long that tape's been there. And again, I use my finger to feel if it's there anymore, the adhesive. I know this is stuff that you shouldn't be putting in your skin, but I put a lot more dangerous things in my body over the years, so a little Bestine here and there is not gonna do anything, I hope. Also, I restore cars, and I've been using a lot of chemicals, thinners and things like that, so I get it. Gloves are probably smart, but I'm not the smartest person. So this is how I take the adhesive off, slowly with the plastic tool, making sure you wipe it off because it does attach to the tool. And we'll let this soak for another 10 minutes or so, introducing the Bestine. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash the cover thoroughly with water, and I'll do the front and back to get out the chemicals, because remember, what you put in, you have to take out. Maybe I'll use a mild detergent. Again, people are probably saying, well, isn't that conservation? It is, to a degree. But I may change this whole project around depending on how the tape comes. And I may wind up using wheat paste and methyl cellulose maybe, and maybe I'll do a full conservation project. I don't know. James Gallegos asked me on the comments, why don't I just do a full conservation? And the answer is I'm trying to get away where I can do a repair without a full conservation project. And it's unfortunate that CGC makes it where you have to either choose between repairing a book with tape or conserved methods. And that's the difference between the two labels, conserved or blue label. And it's unfortunate, but for me, I want to try to make a method where I can just easily do tape and not worry about the long, laborious method of conserving a book. But on the other hand, I don't know. I'm very perplexed about this whole process. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it ends up. So I'm going to work on this off camera. I'm going to get off all the adhesive and then we'll check it out very shortly. So stay tuned. Okay guys, we are back and the cover has been soaking for about 15 minutes with the solution. Now what I want to do is I want to really scrape it off as best as possible. And to do this, what I want to do is I want to put it on a piece of glass. And I'm not using Ramee paper or anything like that because I want it to be nice and flat on the glass to give it a actual firm basis so I can scrape the solution off. Now I can see it's still there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use my eyedropper and we're going to continue putting it on the actual adhesive at work that we're trying to get off, and then I slowly scrape it off with my plastic tool, and I can see it. Then you want to wipe it off, and this is it. It's a slow process. And then I'm going to wind up actually washing the cover as indicated. So this is the main gist. You just slowly wet and let the solution penetrate and you'll get it off. And then people may say, well, you have it on the glass. How are you going to get it off the glass? It will come off the glass, the cover. And if you're concerned about it sticking, it won't. So that's it. I'm going to work on this real close now. So I'm going to stop it and then we'll go right to washing the cover. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, I just want to show you up close the actual adhesive removal, and my overhead camera just sometimes can't pick it up. I'm using my metal tool spatula, and as you can see, you slowly scrape it, and right there, I don't know if it's picking it up, the camera, that is the adhesive coming off. There's a big chunk right there. Ideally, I like to use plastic, but if you're careful, you'll be able to take it off. See, that's all adhesive. That's all adhesive right there, the old adhesive. I don't know if it's coming in the camera, but it's just a slow process. You'll take some more solution, put it on, and that's how I take off adhesive, because heat may work sometimes, but you really have to scrape it off. And there you go, there's a big chunk. And you just take your time, keep it wet, keep the spatula flat on the surface of the book. And that's why you need a piece of glass or another flat structure. You can't be doing it on the painter's tray that I was soaking it in, because you need a rigid substance underneath. A piece of glass, a flat plate, in order to do the work that needs to be done. And there you go. That is the adhesive. It is off. And now we're going to go to the next step of washing this cover. So stay tuned.